Hi, I'm Minotaur.
Spotted by hostiles.
As
Fall
Operation
back.
Deep Freeze begins, we'll be losing something close to our hearts. T-Hunt. I've decided to compare T-Hunt and its killer in today's video to determine which one is better once and for all. Let's start. To start things off, I'd like to explain what T-Hunt actually is to those watching in the future who may not know. T-Hunt is a nickname for training grounds and stands for Terrorist Hunt. There are 4 types of T-Hunt, known as Elimination, Extract Hostage, Protect Hostage, and Disarm Bomb. Elimination is a search and destroy type mission where the player has a set number of enemies to kill to achieve victory. Once the number gets down to 3, the enemies will pathfind towards the player so that we don't waste half an hour searching the map for the dude stuck outside. Next up is Extract Hostage, which is a copy paste of the hostage mode of PvP, aside from the fact that your enemies are bots and there's many more of them. So there's just more enemies. Third is Protect Hostage, where the player has to protect the hostage this time around. Unfortunately, the enemies don't want him alive and try and shoot the hostage on sight. Your objective is to ensure his survival throughout a wave-based format. Last is Disarm Bomb, which is the best warm-up Siege had to offer for most players. The player has to fight towards bombs hidden around the map, then protect the diffuser while AI enemies try to break it. After this is completed, the players will have to make their way towards the next bomb and repeat the process. It's important to note that these modes are both great for target practice and learning new maps. As they are offline, they are playable even when the servers are down. Knowing Ubisoft, that's unfortunately more common than it probably should be. The void that was once T-Hunt is now filled with 2 types of modes, map and aim training and the Defender AI playlist. In map training, the player roleplays a parent who must travel around the map turning off baby monitors so they can sleep. Jokes aside, some information is provided like the general location of the room and a picture, and then the player has to follow the loud radio noises and disable them. Rinse and repeat. Aim training is similar, where the player has to make their way to whatever room the game tells them to, take out the trash, and then do it again. Thankfully, the rooms are all adjacent in this mode, so we don't spend 8 years doing this. Since these modes are extremely similar, I bunched them together since neither are really worth talking about anyway. The second accomplice in this murder case is the Defender AI playlist, where despite the name, the playlist only has 1 map, 5 enemies total, and the player only gets to choose from 5 operators. Gameplay is a copy and paste from the standard bomb mode, except the player only gets to play as an attacker. You get your standard drone phase where the AI sets up sight, then you run in and kill them all since they're just AI, right? That's what you're thinking. You're totally wrong. The AI is a step up from the white masks, and while victory is still possible, you have to work for it. All of the AI is different, not only gadget-wise, but behavior-wise as well. Valkyrie is the AI that turned out the worst, which makes sense because while the AI does occasionally use the cameras, nothing really comes from it. Behavior-wise, it's evident most Valkyrie players are more gun-focused, as the AI has a nasty habit of just charging through the map as soon as the player makes some serious noise. Next up is Smoke, who usually does most of the site setup, and while some of it does confuse me, it's still a step up from reinforcing everything like the White Masks did. After the prep phase, I can't help but feel like Smoke's brain is half-baked, as sometimes he doesn't use his gadget at all, and sometimes you just gotta wonder what he was trying to do. He isn't overly aggressive like Valkyrie, and he remembers he has feet, unlike Kapkan. Next up is Mute, who uses gadget in places to make it inconvenient for the player, but are never hard to destroy. He doesn't use his shotgun, instead opting for the MP5K. I don't get this, as Mute is generally supposed to set up site as well. He has similar behavior to Smoke aggression-wise. Good aggression plus some mid-gadget placement makes him the first mid-operator of the 5. Next up is Kapkan. As far as Kapkan traps go, the AI arguably does better than a lot of players, with some placed in some sneaky places. Just like Valkyrie, the players have influenced how this guy behaves heavily, where as soon as his traps are placed, he just chills somewhere. I don't object to this, because you actually have to find this guy instead of just listening to Valkyrie stomp through construction again, turn the corner and get a face full of lead because you have your headset plugged in. Last up is Bandit, who does his job pretty well. Doesn't trick, but he always has exterior walls covered, so if you don't have a friend to play Thatcher, you have to settle with going through a barricade. He's a bit more aggressive than Smoke and Mute, but still doesn't charge the second he hears you. He also likes chilling in sight, opting to wait for you just before you get in. Now that we've gone over all the modes, I think it's time we get to compare them. I've come up with some categories we'll use to compare easier. These categories are usefulness, AI, enjoyment, and player choice. Starting with usefulness, T-Hunt allowed players to get both aim training and map knowledge. This is best compared to the map and aim training since the Defender AI are only on a single map with 5 enemies. Map training is poor for its purpose because go here doesn't help, especially if the objective is on a different floor. T-Hunt gave players not only more targets than aim training, but incentive to do well since the dummies in aim training can't actually kill you. Moving on to AI, Defender AI knocks T-Hunt out of the park. The use of cameras is already a big step up, even if it isn't totally apparent with what they actually do with that information. The aim is much better, as if they catch you unawares, you're utterly screwed. The white masks dump the first 20 bullets of their mag into the wall, then flick straight to your forehead. Proper sight setup is pretty impressive and a lot more to attack than just opening up sight and spraying everything inside. The third category is enjoyment, and I realize this is up to personal preference, but the way I see it, one is a bit better. The Defender AI get much closer to the siege experience instead of just killing an entire building worth of people. Defender AI require concentration and a little bit of patience, while all you need to complete T-Hunt is a comfy spot above the diffuser, where you can just wait. The last category is player choice. T-Hunt takes this category by a long shot, as there's different modes, every map in the game, and every operator in the game. There's only 5 AI for the Defender playlist, and the player themselves only gets to pick from 5 as well. You have no choice but to play Clubhouse, and you're stuck with Bomb. With all that said, I think the winner has got to be T-Hunt. It's just so much more useful to the player, and as neat as the Defender AI is, it doesn't feel complete enough with a single map and 5 enemies to feel totally fair for comparison, which sucks because it's the replacement. Well, there you have it. T-Hunt is better. It's a shame Ubisoft had to get rid of it. Hopefully, Ubisoft will continue to update the Defender AI so that one day the void will be filled. Well, that's all I've got to say. See ya.